We're both chasing Chuck.
This was the game of the day.
Of the playoffs so far.
Kobe Bryant, right off the bat, he hit his first 4 shots and then picked up 2 fouls and sat down.
In fairness, Game 3, Sacramento, San Antonio, that was one of the most unbelievable plays.
Yeah, a great ending. I just thought this game throughout
couple of
had
endings
big plays and a couple endings. And
look at that big cheerleader there. Oh, that's magic.
Tim Thomas hit a couple of threes, had 12 points. 89-85 Suns. Smush Parker, a quiet day offensively, just 2 out of 12.
But he hit a big
Oh,
three.
did he ever, right there. 90-88. And then
He made a big steal.
just got a finger on that. Loose ball.
But this is what's spectacular right here, folks. He got fouled, too.
You can make a case he was fouled, and he really had no angle to make that layup.
90-90, so we're going to go to overtime. And the Suns, Steve Nash for 3. 22-11 for Nash. 98-95, not over. It's 98-97 and more trouble. Same part of the court as before for Nash, who was trapped. Jump ball. There was no timeout called. There was no foul. And
Both times Steve Nash pulled the ball away from his body, and that allowed them to get the hand on it the first time and then tie it up the second time.
Luke Walton wins the tip. Kobe Bryant has possession. And
Doc, what are the chances of passing this ball?
Not much. So in this series, he's been doing it, but you don't want him to pass that. I wouldn't want him to pass that shot.
And that's great defense also.
Only his 14th shot of the game in an overtime game. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, and the game winner. And the Lakers have taken a 3-1 lead over the Phoenix Suns, 99-98. Kobe says it felt routine to me, the game winner. The most fun shot he says he's ever hit because they can enjoy it as a unit. 99-98 is the final score, and we get more post-game thoughts from Eamon McEnany.
The Lakers were down 8 with under 6 minutes to play. They were down by 5 with 12.6 left to play, and they were down by 3 with 15 seconds left in overtime. The Suns all but had this series tied at 2 games apiece, but then Smush Parker and Kobe Bryant provided Los Angeles with an emotional rescue.
The thing that people must understand is that that shot wouldn't even been possible if it wasn't for Smush Parker's great play defensively. I mean, there's a guy who struggled all night, and he stuck with it and made a huge defensive play.
I just wanted to keep my head in the game, on the defensive end, and I made a play on the ball, and Kobe, being Kobe, did a great job getting to the basket, putting us in the overtime, not only to put it in the overtime, but to seal the game at the end for us.
I think we had chances to win the game. I think we was up 5 with 7 seconds left to go in the game, and they hit a 3 and got a steal, and next thing you know, the game was tied. That was the first one. And the second one, we still had position to win the game, and another steal, and next thing you know, they won it.
It was amazing. He got 2 opportunities and made 2 great shots. In particular, the first one where he just kind of threw it up a mile in the air and it went in. So, we had a lot of misfortunes. The ball both times ended up in his hands.
The difference is, in the past, people expected us to win these games. So hitting that shot was almost like a relief. The difference today is nobody expects us to do anything against this team, or be in the playoffs. And like I said, because we're such a young team, and for them to be a part of this and us to be a part of it together, just really makes it special.
8 straight home wins for the Lakers and the athletic supporters to Kobe Bryant. Odom, Brown, Walton continue to get it done in this series along the front line for the Lakers as they win at 99-98. 99, the winning number in all 3 Laker wins in this series. And now, as they go to Game 5 Tuesday on TNT, second game or a doubleheader, what is the Phoenix predicament right now, Charles?
Well, I think they're done. I don't think they can beat the Lakers 3 games in a row. They've got to worry about the next game, because that's going to be the hardest one, because psychologically they're scarred. Anybody tell you? They lost a game in regulation that they had won. Then they lost it again in overtime. So there's going to be some psychological effect because of that. But this is the thing they got to think about. They only really got to win 1 game. because I think the next game they can win. They only got to win one game in L.A., which would be Game 6. They just got to get to Game 6.
Sean Marion, 20 points, 16 rebounds today, his first double-double of the postseason. He had 60 in the regular season, tied for second in the league. Finally getting something out of him today before he fouled out.
Yeah, but it's not all his fault.
No, I'm not blaming it all on him. Just saying.
No, but I'm saying, hey, Phil Jackson, you know, I hear these people talk about Phil Jackson only win because he got great players. First of all, there's no such, ask Larry Brown, there's no such thing as a great coach without great players. But Phil Jackson, and the thing is, they have stuck, they played 4 perfect games. They played 4 perfect games. And you got to take your hat off to Kobe, Lamar, Kwame, Luke Walton, Smush Parker, but also Phil Jackson, perfect game plan.
You know, it's funny because I always hear everyone says, you know, we've kind of figured out that Steve Nash is possibly the MVP, and that's been the reports. And everyone's, you know, always argues, well, Kobe, and you know, living in L.A., Kobe should win it. But they never give me the correct argument of why he should be the MVP. They say, well, he had 82, or he had 62.
Or 81.
Or 81 and 62 points in 3 quarters. But that's not the reason why I would say that Kobe Bryant's the MVP. I would say, one, who is the only guy in the NBA that you would give the ball to with 10 seconds or less in the game? And Kobe Bryant's at the top of that list. Who is the most intense player in the NBA? Kobe Bryant's at the top of that list. Who is the proven winner in crunch time? He's at the top. That's an MVP. Those are the arguments that they should have for Kobe Bryant, and not the 81s and the 62 and all the other things that he does.
Play Mike D'Antoni for me now. How do you get this series back to Los Angeles?
Well,
how do you win the next game?
It's exactly what Charles said. Obviously, this loss is over with. They have to go back thinking this. They should have won the game in L.A. Now they have to go home to Phoenix and win. That's their first thought. I would have never thought going into this series that anyone was going to hold Phoenix 3 times in a row under 100 points. Usually if you do that, you win the game. That's what the Lakers have done. They have to get the tempo back to their pace. They haven't been allowed to do it, and I think it's because of the game plan of the Lakers so far. They've decided to slow it down, use the clock, and they've done it to perfection so far.
One more note on Phil Jackson as we go to break. No Phil Jackson team has ever lost a series when up 2-1. They're up 3-1 now, 22-0 when they have a 2-1 lead.